hello, and of course, many welcomes for coming back to the Tao Daily Tarot. Or maybe you're here for the first time. So, for the first timers, long timers, cross watchers, blessings, thank you, much gratitude for being here today. I do a brand new read every day, 365 days a year, but it's especially good because you're here today, you're here now. Okay, for the first timers and some of the cross watchers, let me give you a brief rundown of what makes this tarot reading different from all others. First of all, it's archetypal. I read no more than 8 to maybe 10 cards. That's it. It's from 4 decks. They're from 4 decks, so there's a nice mix, but just 8 to 10 cards because this is the Tao. This is basic. This is direct. This is clean. It's understandable and empowering to you. Second difference is the fact that I don't focus on predicting. Predicting is real shaky because you're depending on something else happening, somebody else doing something outside of you you're waiting for. This is manifesting frequency. That's what I focus on, manifesting frequency, because you can take this energy and navigate your life better. You are in control, and that is the point of this reading, the Tao Daily Tarot. So we do that. I also do the hyper shuffle, and I try to get this read in about a 10-minute window. So this gives you plenty of time to be able to check out the reading every day, just a quick 10-minute read, and it gives you empowering manifesting frequencies. You choose to tap in or tap out. You have the power. I want you to understand. You have the power. You got the choice. Already, I mentioned the hyper shuffle. This is where everything begins, right here at the hyper shuffle. So let's begin. And there you go. This is the hyper shuffle already completed. Let's get to today's Tao Daily Tarot. Let's focus on the frequency, the manifesting frequency for today. It's yin. Okay, now a lot of people would take this as meaning, well, I don't have to do anything. I just sit back and watch. And to an element, yeah, that's kind of true. You're more of an observer than a participator. However, this to me also says rest up, meditate, really power your resources up because you're going to need them. And on November 4, we have a new moon in Scorpio. It happens at about 13 degrees Scorpio. So if you know your astrological chart, you'll know where to find where the action begins. But Scorpio is always death and regeneration. And in that sense, it's always healing. So you are getting ready for a very powerful new moon. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we also have, if I'm not mistaken, I think we got an eclipse. We're heading into eclipse season. This is strong stuff. It's strong medicine. So the idea of yin energy from now until the 4th of November, don't let it fool you. It doesn't mean sit back, do nothing. Contemplate, meditate, manifest, because that's what you're going to be starting on November 4 with that new moon in Scorpio. So we move from there. What do you got to work on with this yin energy? How about strength, inner strength? Been a lot of that called for in the past year or two, most especially, maybe indeed your whole life. But this is an opportunity to find that inner strength, that resolve, that determination. Okay? Focus on steeling yourself for the battle ahead, because I think the next year is going to be really interesting. I'll leave it at that. And it will require your inner strength to be able to take it on, to tackle it. Also, there's a little element of loving coming into your life. Now, you could say, well, it's the Knight of Cups, and boy, that must mean that somebody's coming into my life and they're going to be loving me and it's going to be great. Yes, that's true. But the Knight of Cups, outside of being romantic and emotional, is also introspective. So in this yin energy, when I talked about meditating, manifesting, be a little introspective, kind of like the hermit. Give yourself the gift of love in a way that is really powerful and meaningful to you. You really have between now and the 4th of November, when we do have that new moon. And the strength and the love, very necessary. That's the foundation for future action. And we have another knight here, a Knight of Swords. And again, a Knight of Swords intelligence, knowledge, acting with certainty. So there may be some act by you that would require certainty on some level. Doesn't have to be a big act, but it's action. Just like the Knight of Cups was bringing love, introspection to you, this is bringing a sense of clarity. So between now and the 4th of November, again, the yin energy, turn inward and begin your manifesting. And you can do that with your intuition. Right? The high priestess, always intuition, always aware of who she is, where she is. Right? Higher powers, wisdom, the subconscious mind. Again, it's the idea of manifesting. Okay, this is not a time for action. Between now and the 4th, it just doesn't feel like a time for action. But it does feel like that final prep internally that you will need to begin your adventure starting on the 4th of November. You're also going to need a little bit of faith to move ahead. The Fool, one of my favorite cards, as I've said many times, the Fool and the Sun are probably my favorites. The Fool so much because while it could appear silly on the surface, he's depending on faith. He's depending, you see the moon in back of him, he's depending on his intuition. What does his inner voice tell him? And to hear your inner voice means that you have to be quiet. You have to be in a Zen, meditative mood, a yin energy. So again, this yin energy does not mean that you do nothing. I mean, you can choose to, certainly, but I don't think you're going to benefit come November 4. Turn in, meditate, manifest. That's what this reading is all about. And again, the idea of self-love. Queen of Cups is the ultimate love card. Everybody goes to the Ace of Cups. That's loving yourself, and that's important, but that's the beginning. Aces are the beginning of the journey. Queen of Cups shows a well-developed sense of love, which is a well-developed sense of self-worth. So you need things like strong love for yourself. You need things like strong internal energy. And to do that, you have to be quiet and listen to the song within you. You have, like I said, from now till November 4. Let's take a look at the vice versa cards. And in reverse, we're talking about strength, right? Absolutely, that's what we're talking about, strength. So what does that mean? Well, what it essentially means is you have to find that inner connection, that inner strength. I guess I can't look at a better word. And that's what you're working on right now, or should be working on right now. Okay? You are working on the capacity to be able to stand up, hold up your end of the bargain. And so that being the case, you are now being given an opportunity with the yin energy not to use energy outside, but to develop the energy inside. And to do that, you're going to need a different point of view. Now, you already have this point of view. You already know what the view should be. But between now and the 4th of November, maybe a little clarification to manifest, because that's what the magician does, is manifest, right? Absolutely, he does. And so that being the case, that's what you want to do. You want to manifest. Because beginning November the 4th with the new moon in Scorpio, very powerful, and I believe it's an eclipse, you are going to start on the journey into 2022. And it will take all the strength. Remember, we have strength card here twice. We have love cards here 3 times. That's what you need. And to develop it, manifest, meditate. Yin energy. Beautiful read. Hey, please like, subscribe, and share. You know, the old, am I getting better at this, or is it just still screwing me up? In any event, here you go. Here's a thumbs up. Please click on the thumbs up. Please click on the subscribe. That way you're telling the folks at YouTube, yeah, I like this, keep it up, and help him grow. So, I do a brand new read every day, 365 days a year. That means I'll be here tomorrow. Hopefully you can. If not, between now and the next time we get together and talk tarot, blessings.